The Kleins have found their way to be victims yet again this week. This is like something that the Kleins are so good at doing, is finding a new way to be the oppressed, to be the victims in this situation. And hey, in Ethan's words, he even admitted this was an easy win. If you watch the H3 podcast or his VODs, by the way, his VODs, which he thinks is this new revolutionary thing, Ethan Klein changed his whole content schedule to make it easier for him to talk drama, slop drama, what I'm talking about on this show, essentially, right? But Ethan Klein even said it. They had a W right there until Destiny screwed it up. So this week was like what they hope and pray for, that like Hasan makes them a victim, because then that like fulfills what they're looking for. Because this whole cycle with the Kleins is a victim sort of like self-fulfilling prophecy of like victimhood here, right? So they really got it here. Hasan Piker referred to Hila as a valid target. Now, here is the clip of Hasan talking about Hila being a valid target. Now, this is actually posted by friend of the show, right? Friend of the show at this point, J-Stock. He says he's a big fan of what we're doing here, Himp.
Absolutely. Yes, he is a big fan.
So J-Stock posts this, right? So here's the 2-minute clip, right? And this 2-minute clip will fill the Klein, keep the train rolling. We got we're victims for at least 2 months. Train going for that long. Take it away, Hasan. I've never watched so many Hasan clips this way till now.
Like any kind of violence that Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experiences in the West Bank is literally legal, okay? It is legal resistance against an occupying military force. I cannot repeat this enough. Just like any kind of violence, that the Israeli occupying force experiences in the Gaza Strip is actually, once again, totally legal and totally moral resistance.
I don't even think that's true, but this is the full clip. We're going to listen to this shit. This is top drama. This is top internet content, by the way. This is what people are watching. This is what people are discussing. This shit over and over.
Doesn't matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral. Okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black.
It's coming up
and
right
white.
here.
Okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. Okay? It's just the truth.
Has he mentioned my girl Hila?
Straight up. It doesn't matter that they look to be in garb that makes you think that they're in the right. Okay?
Did he mention Hila in this clip?
I did not hear anything about Hila in there.
Okay.
Dude, he yaps so much. He could have said all that in 2 sentences.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like the more I kind of hear from this guy, he's not the brightest. He's not the brightest around here. But dude, send me on Twitter that clip where he mentions Hila. It's everywhere. I can't believe I included that one.
Well, so apparently he references her. Oh, okay. So he says podcaster's wife. Okay. So he references her. He just doesn't directly say her name.
Right. In the clip that I just showed, he said that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Perfect. That's all that I needed, right? So, because of that one clip, Ethan has now decided to do pre-recorded episodes of the H3 podcast. And these are the numbers that we're talking about here, right? This one has, I'm not even kidding, this one has 206,000 views. So he's basically just Willie Mack. Like, these are just Willie Mack numbers at this point. And it definitely seems like it's a downgrade. But here's the one thing about the Kleins that I love. They always out themselves, right? Like the biggest gripe that I have against Ethan is, hold on, let me fix this really quick. Wait, what the hell happened? Fuck. Dude, I fucking hate OBS. I can't. It's just so annoying. Hold on a minute. Where the hell did that go? Okay, there it is. Whatever. It's not what I was trying to do here. Okay. So I'm gonna have to pull it over here. So listen to this. When y'all remember COVID? Y'all remember Ethan Klein over COVID? He loved it. He loved it. He made his whole identity that he wouldn't go outside ever. He doesn't go outside during COVID because of the illness, because you could be sick, because him and his beautiful bride could contract the novel COVID-19 virus. And he made it his whole thing. He made it his whole thing where you shouldn't go outside in COVID because you can get sick. Because he loved it. He didn't have to leave the house. Now, this Hasan thing, this war in Gaza is Ethan Klein's COVID 2.0. Listen to this. Listen to now how he has to live. This is the same shit Willie Mack was talking about.
This is his playbook. Never apologize. Always double down. Always accuse your accusers of being hallucinating, crazy, etc. This is exactly his playbook. Since Hasan and many of his friends have employed this violent rhetoric against me and my family, me and Hila rarely leave our houses or make public appearances because of the constant and overwhelming sense of danger. The last 2 years, we've spent more time inside than ever before. And
these are how these VODs work, by the way. Because he's not live, so he's so much more twitchy because he's not live, and it's like there's an OCD person's obsessive compulsive to be perfect changes when they know they can technically mess up here and have it be all right. And when it's live, right? But he is like, the more you will see specifically with these VODs, the coughing. Oh wow, we got $2 donation. Just
Nice.
checking in.
Just checking, and good to see you back at it. Walking down Salvo.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. So these VODs, Ethan that's pretty cool. That pop up like that, that's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. Appreciate it, bro. So in these VODs, Ethan is way more coffee and twitchy and way more of like a psychotic mess. And it really just ends up with him reading his laptop, which is filled with words and links. That's what these VODs are.
we stopped doing our biannual live shows, right, for over a year because of the fear of violence being enacted not just on us, but on our fans and our crew. This, by the way, is resulting in the crew directly losing money, as these live shows, we would donate the entire box office to the crew. And we did this twice a year.
On.
It was a significant source of revenue for them that's now been shut off out of fear. We've been forced to hire a full-time guard at the office because everyone in the office was feeling unsafe. And me and Hila are both waiting for our concealed carry.
See, it's also like such a different, weird contrast to the H3 live podcast versus the H3 VODs. Because the whole live thing, Ethan has this fake persona of like live new age radio guy Howard Stern, right? So it's way more of a natural jokey thing. But with these VODs, he goes into like victim serious YouTube mode, and it's such a different contrast.
He seems so sickly. Like it seems like he's like trying to go for like the Make-A-Wish sort of aesthetic here.
Well, he is sick. He is sick because Himpleton, he lost a lot of weight because he got off of a medication and then got on new types of medication. We forget he is a sick individual. He's on pills. He's been on SSRIs. He lost this weight because he got off of SSRIs. And now, hey, how long has it been since his weight declined? 2 years at this point, where it's like, damn, now he's skinny. And now we see him completely manic, completely physically melting off of his face. It is because he is sick. This guy's mentally ill, and it's eroding now into physical derosion.
Do we think his dick at least works now though?
Probably,
Okay.
because him and I'm gonna be honest, him and Hila do feel like they're on the same sort of vibe together. You know?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
to me, it seems like those two are kind of riding the same wavelength. They're pretty in synergy lately, which makes me believe that, okay, Ethan's pounding her out. Ethan's definitely pounding her out. And maybe it's like that's what happens. Like, you're on SSRIs, you talk about your wooden wiener, you know, and then you start to fuck your wife again, and then all of a sudden you guys are like leading a digital genocide, right? They kind of are leading a digital genocide together. And maybe that is like the power of the Hebrew blood, the power of the Hebrew cock, the power of the Hebrew lovemaking. I don't know, but I think his dick is working. It has to be working. Has to. So let's play this. This guy's lived his life in fear, and this look is sort of like his
TTS echoing a bit also how long you going?
I'll probably be going a couple more hours at this point. Thanks for the $5. That's crazy. TTS echoing a bit. Okay. I could probably turn that down right here. If I had to guess. I can. Oh, it's probably coming from my computer, which I can do that. So,
License so that we can finally feel safe in public again, which is not easy to.
y'all hear that? This should be concerning. This should be concerning. It's one. If there's any sort of gun law, like I know I've never tried to buy a gun, so I don't really know how hard it is to obtain a gun.
TTS echoing a bit also how long you going?
Okay. I don't know firsthand how hard it is to receive a gun, but if there's any type of background check, I would hope he should not be able to receive a gun. And also, it's like, how much danger are you really in if you're like legally waiting a year to receive your gun because you live in California? It's like, if I truly feel like I can't go out in public or someone will shoot me, I'm going to find a way to get a fucking gun and not wait a year to receive a gun. This guy should not have a gun. Should not have a gun. This guy's reactive. This guy is emotional. This guy is like so ready to pull the trigger and really kill.
Both waiting for our
Playful face emoji, playful face emoji, playful face emoji, playful face emoji.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
concealed carry license so that we can finally feel safe in public again, which is not.
Could you imagine Ethan Klein? It's like by the way, it's not like Ethan Klein doesn't live in Beverly Hills. This dude lives in Beverly Hills. He is a rich Jew in the richest neighborhood in the richest country in the world. And I promise you, he's not going out to unsafe areas. So what? You and Hila are going to be fucking strapped up with your open concealed carry permits when you're going to Rodeo Drive or Sunset Boulevard, or to drop your kid, Bruce, lovely Bruce, off at school? Like, when are you going to be strapped up, Ethan? And I really don't think you should have a gun.
They're going to go out looking for Palestinians, let's be honest.
Dude, we're going to play clips of the H3 podcast. Hila is at that point. Hila is at that point to like basically like accidentally admit what everyone has been criticizing her for, because like she is so angry, right? And it's like there's a thing about the ethnic Jewish woman, right? It's you have these Jewish women like Casey Neistat's wife, by the way. People don't know this because people aren't tapped into every aspect of digital gossiptainment like I am. But Casey Neistat's wife, Candace Poole, on Instagram stories, she's you could tell they're itching. These American Jewish women are itching to have their Zionist in the street moment. They are. Because they're looking like, I did it for Black Lives Matter. I was in the street. I did it for Pride Parade. I was in the street. I did it for this liberal cause, this democratic cause. I was in the street. That's what they're thinking, because that is what they did. And this is criticism that the Kleins have vitriol effect for Philly D, is that Philly D's not saying enough. So Hila hates Philly D now because Philly D's not saying enough. These Jewish women, American Jewish Israeli women, they're really close to really being so outspoken about not caring about looking really bad. They're like ready. They're like waiting for and it's gonna lead to female Jews having resentment for male Jews, and you can feel it in Hila when she talks. She's saying things like sitting on the fence. This is what happens when you have a take. All of a sudden, sitting on a fence, be a man, a bitch. These Israeli women are like going to resent these Jewish men for not outright being like, we don't care. We do want them all dead. We do want to have the greater Israel sort of swag going on. It's coming. It's coming. Trust me. Hila's there, and Casey Neistat's wife is there too. I think that's enough proof. You could trust me on that. So, Kleins are getting guns, which is an amazing sight. Hey, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, you want these crazy Zionist Jews running around with their guns in Beverly Hills because they feel unsafe? They're going to kill somebody.
Easy to get in California, and it's going to take like over a year probably. And I usually choose not to talk about this stuff because the provocateurs who will revel in it, because this is their goal, right? They want me to be afraid. They want me to be in my house. They want me to avoid doing.
You want that, sir. You want that. You find any excuse to be afraid. You find any excuse to be in your house. Any excuse. You're there on your couch, buddy.
Public events. They want me to cower. So this is very much giving them what they want.
Cower.
However, in this moment, I do feel the entire context of how language like this affects me and my family and my crew and everybody around me. Twitch has served as the most prolific source of
right. So his big goal, right? Because he can't be on a month-long tirade with not having like action steps, right? So his action step is Twitch needs to ban anybody who Ethan Klein deems as anti-Semitic, right? Twitch needs to basically, but now it's like moved to like pressuring advertisers, right? So any YouTuber that is supporting Ethan Klein is in a way supporting the fundamental principle of don't go after ads on websites because they can have a direct result in content moderation, a whole bunch of shit, right? It's like that's kind of been the whole thing. It's like so many YouTubers have made this argument of why, hey, it's probably not a good idea to go after his advertisements. It's probably not a good idea to go after advertisers. But Ethan Klein's whole end goal is to now target the advertisers of Twitch because Twitch isn't pulling down fucking things that Ethan deems as anti-Jewish.
Leftist radicalization, terrorist propaganda.
It's crazy. I don't know how anybody supports that.
An anti-West sentiment. They foster, they elevate, they protect.
Okay. Again, it's very performative, emotional thing that Ethan is still doing. You want this guy with a gun, by the way? This is the guy that you want with a gun? Come on.
Fucking break. Why don't you deal with the problems in your own studio? Give me a
This is the guy you want with a gun. Take a look at this guy and tell me if he's well.
So give me a fucking break. Why don't you deal with the problems in your own studio? Why don't you be dare to... You want, like, the entire Middle East to overnight change? You can't even change the name of your fucking show to prove how against genocide you are. Let's start with the name of your show. If you're so anti-genocide. Mm-hmm. Let's start there, lady.
Ethan Klein is the only person on YouTube that can outright act physically in every way like a pure retarded adult, actual retarded adult, and everyone just be like, that's Ethan. that's him. It's like, this guy is...
You deal with the problems in your own studio. Why don't you be dare to... You want, like...
This guy's in charge of like 12 people. Keep in mind, Ethan sits in the middle and he has 12 people with their own desk looking at him the entire time.
The entire
and he's behaving
Middle
like this.
East to overnight change. You can't even change the name of your fucking show to prove how against
pilled out. I don't know what it is.
You are. Let's start with the name of your show. If you're so anti-genocide. Mm-hmm. Let's start there, lady.
It's really bad. And this isn't like an isolated clip. Watch the H3 podcast. He is retarded every second of that show. He's retarded. I'm not even kidding. He's retarded every moment.
Okay, and then let's talk about Israel. Dope. Fuck you.
There it is. That's the #1 live show on YouTube, by the way. That's the #1 live show on YouTube. And you'll never believe who's cozying up to this mess. You'll never believe who's cozying up to this mess. Hey, Bolton, can you do me a huge favor and reach out to our guests and just let them know that Salvo is running a little behind and bear with him as what he says is very important, and he has a whole story and a whole canvas he's painting tonight.
100%. I don't have contact with Shamu, but you do. But I can reach out to Caramel Colored.
Perfect. Okay, that's awesome. Dude, you're the best. Yeah. Lolcal Live, Keemstar, I hope... Ooh. Yeah. Daniel Keem and the Lolcal universe is made a very desperate plea, beg to the H3 podcast. And it's like, that's an omen. That's a fucking omen, right? So after Hila was targeted This is what she has to say. This is what she has to say. After Hila was targeted, she's had enough, right? So Ethan's attic. My whole timeline's filled with Ethan A logs at this point. It's like a little much. So Hila comes on and reads, this is how the Kleins respond in real time until they go live on their podcast, right? They do it through Instagram stories. So she gets called a valid target by Hasan. My take on Hasan's statement that got some people their little girl panties and a little bit of knots. My take on that is, if you took anything serious, like you heard the word salad jargon nothingness, Hasan was trying to say anything. It came out so flat. If you took anything from that, you're more moronic than the guy talking diarrhea out of his eyeballs, essentially. But here's Hila. Hey, it's your lucky day. She's a victim. Come on down, victim princess. The victim queen of Israel. Hasan Piker, and this is how you know she's getting fucked, finally, by Ethan, who was exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep, has retaliated. Again, retaliated. They are in wartime. Ethan and Hila are literally in their wartime podcasters, okay? Their homeland's under attack by the Gazans. Retaliated by calling violence against me. Think back. You'll notice a trend. When he wants to get at Ethan, he attacks me, which is valid. That's common practice of online chat. We know it. Our wives' fair game. Yes. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man that does not see women as equal. That's anti-Arabic. That's anti-Muslim. That's anti-Arab, Hila. That's a dog whistle. That's a dog whistle. That's a dog whistle. He uses women. That's another anti-Arabic dog whistle. To whatever and he needs. He uses women to whatever end he needs. Be it revenge, sexual gratification, or to massages. I've never really heard girls openly come out against Hasan in the way that they are so eagerly ready and traumatized and devastated to come out against Destiny Bonnell. By exposing their nude bodies without their consent to his boys, men. That is a woman's narrative. So we do have to push back a little bit on that and be like, yeah, but what if I'm with my bro? And am I going to call you for consent? I'm going to show him. Like that's what it's like. You're my girl. What are you talking about? You're my girl. Why would I call you for consent to show your new body? That's my body. That's my body. I do what I want with it. Okay. Okay. So, that's Hila, man. And everybody's upset.